Hello everyone, I'm Neeraj from CLATutor Bangalore team, and I'm pretty sure that all of you will be working really hard for this December CLAT exam. Now what we need to understand is when we are dealing with GK topics, it is very crucial section because most of the students, they're not going to do well. In fact, I can tell you from my experience, I have more than 20 years of experience in this industry, and I can bet on this. That selection and rejection is dependent on two sections. Definitely it has to be GK and data interpretation, which is maths. Now coming back to the important part which we are supposed to discuss today. We have somewhere 80 topics which I'm going to talk about, and remember, I'm not going to discuss this topic in details. In fact, we are going to give you details in the bottom. You can find out where there will be a link to join to our Telegram channel, where you will find all this topic or most of this topic has been discussed, and it is PDF is available. Now look, when we are dealing with the GK part, what we need to understand is it is very difficult for someone who is not that good with GK, or someone who is not interested genuinely in GK, to prepare for more than 150 to 200 topics. And ideally, if you go ahead with CLAT history, you can easily make it out that most of the time, in fact, last 3-4 years, if you see, somewhere 18 to 20 marks of question what they ask from important topics. I personally know students, who has cleared, CLAT and got admission in National Law School, Bangalore, just by, going through 40-50 important topics. But understand one thing, sometimes luck will be in your favor and sometimes it doesn't work. But anyway, what I can tell you is in last moment, in next 12 to 13 days, if you're able to go through this somewhere 75 to 80 topics what we are going to discuss today, most of it will be covered. But once again, please be very careful. It's not that you need to, or you should be totally dependent on this topic. Yes, so these are just topics based upon our experience. We are sharing with you people that definitely these are the important topics which you should not miss, and hopefully I'm pretty sure that good number of topics should be matching from this. So let us start. But before this, once again, look, in this 80 topics, what you need to do is you need to make sure that you segregate it into two departments, or you take first where you have 25 topics, or let us talk about bucket. We have a two bucket. In first bucket we have those 25 topics where intention has to be that I cover almost everything. Yes, cover almost everything, and I'll tell you why. Our reason is this topic should be very important topics, and if it is an important topic, I should make sure that I'm able to answer all the questions. So trick is simple. In this 25 topics, we should be able to get somewhere maybe 4 or 5, who knows. And in this 4 or 5, if I'm able to get, let us go that only 4 of the topic has matched in this first bucket where we have 25 topics. And in this 4 topics, if 5 questions are coming, and if I'm able to answer all those 5 questions, means I've done with my job. Please understand. Yes, I have done with my work, because 20 questions, if I'm able to get 20 marks, remaining 8 questions, even if I get 2 or 3 marks, is done deal. Now there's another probability that out of this 25 topics, only maybe 3 can match or 3 comes. Then also, if I'm pretty sure that I'm going to cover almost everything, in that case I'll be able to get 15 or 16 marks from there. So idea is try segregating these topics which I'm going to discuss in 2 parts or 2 buckets. Bucket 1, where all those important topics are there, and genuinely you can understand. I can tell you, once you go through these topics, you can easily make it out whether this is important or not. But meanwhile, I will tell you that what are the important topics, or what is the topic which should come in my bucket list 1. And in the second bucket, you should go through those topics also, but not in detail. Yes, so this will reduce maybe a workload for you. And if I'm talking about 80 topics here, if you're doing 4 topics, 5 topics a day, then also in 12 days you will end up getting somewhere 50 important topics, and I think that should be fine. And last 2 to 3 years, you have seen that they are giving a topic from history where answers are always there in comprehension itself. So let us start. And if you see, we have distributed this topic in different headlines. So if you see, first one which we are talking about is international affairs. Now from last 2 to 3 years, so they have been consistently asking questions from war. Earlier they have asked questions from Russia-Ukraine war, Israel-Hamas issue, and still it is continuing. So if you see, here if we have Israel-Palestine, Israel-Iran-US conflict, Pakistan-Saudi pact, defense pact. Actually, it is a defense pact between Pakistan and Saudi Arabia. We need to understand that we should try finding out significance of this from India point of view. Now, in this particular part, if I have to take one topic or two topic, maybe I'll go ahead with Armenia and Azerbaijan conflict. All right, so definitely this topic I should not miss, and meanwhile I should have some information definitely about Israel Palestine and Israel Iran USA conflict. Rest of the topic you can go ahead with that, just try having some information. Now Nepal protest, once again become very important. This is Gen Z protest, which has happened recently. So try going through this. Now let us check with, okay, now recently, Sheikh Hasina death sentence, this is hardly, 2 to 3 days back, if you see, this thing has come. So try going through that. Once again, this will be important topic, but not, I won't put it in my, first bucket, because look, understand, when we are talking about war, it has to be, if they ask, they can ask only one. And once again, since already they have asked in last 2 to 3 years, so I won't give that kind of importance, to this topic as of now. Now we have Pope Francis death, China DeepSeek AI model, Gaza peace plan. Now this become important once again, so I'll pay a bit more attention to Gaza peace plan. First female Prime Minister of Japan. And one more thing is, you should try going through this topic definitely, because there can be one-liner questions which can be asked from these topics. So it's not just CLAT. Apart from CLAT, if you see, ALAT is also there. And I'm pretty sure that if you are going through these topics, even the single liner questions which you get in ALAT, it will be taken care. Now, Paris AI Summit, Trump tariffs and H-1B visa regulations, US withdrawal from WHO, India-UK comprehensive economic trade agreement. I will definitely give this importance. And India-Iran relation and Chabad port. So once again, Chabad port is very important, so please see that you go through that. Let us go with, okay, so we have India-Nepal border issue. Just have a glance. Indus Water Treaty. Now this can be important, so please go through this. Sur Creek, once again, I'll give importance to Sur Creek also. Israel-Iran conflict. It is just a continuation of this war which has been from last 2 years. So maybe not that important. Nepal protest, the Gen Z protest which I was talking about earlier. Gaza peace plan. All right. So just go through Gaza peace plan also. Now this summits and conference which are both international and regional. Every now and then, if you see, they keep on asking questions from here. And I'm pretty sure that people who have prepared for GK, so definitely you should have information from this, because definitely one or the other topic can be asked. So whether it's a BRICS summit, G7 summit, remember earlier it was G8 summit. So once Russia withdrew, so it became G7. Then we have Asian summit, SCO summit, SARC summit, BIMSTEC summit. I would give more importance to maybe BIMSTEC summit. And one very simple reason behind for this is, because of if you see different sanctions which Mr. Trump has put. So based on that, if you see, regional, trade become very, very important. So based on that, if you see BIMSTEC summit, we should give more importance to BIMSTEC summit. Definitely NATO summit. So make sure that, you have at least one A4 paper where you have most of the information is covered, and you should go through that. Now, let us go with the next slide. Science and technology. So yes, once again, this become important. I can tell you that, Axiom mission, no way that you can miss this Axiom mission. It is definitely in there in the first bucket. You should make sure that whatever information you can go ahead and get it. Axiom 2 is very, very important. So if it comes and if you miss marks from here, it is completely your fault. Yes. So see that you have a deep knowledge regarding exam. BrahMos, Agni, P missile, Rafale, new generation. You can go through that. Nisar mission, ISRO heaviest communication satellite. This is once again a recent thing. So please go through that. This is going to be very, very important. Air India plane crash. Now, yes. Or maybe I will say that, yeah, I should have, uh, good information about this topic, so even though, plane crash and all these things are not good, but still, when you're talking about this particular issue. But remember, we have to be very, very careful when we are going through all these topics. We have to make sure that we go a bit in history also. So when we are talking about Air India, plane crash, we should be knowing about the black box and other stuffs, so go through that. This topic once again is important. Now this policy, government and constitution, I will say that almost all of them are important. Ummeed Act, which is related with, Waqf Board and Waqf Act 2025. So both of them are combined. You can take that as a topic, but once again, maybe I won't put it in my first bucket. But yes, now this vice president election and vice president resignation, this become important. All right. Hardly you will come across a situation where, vice president resign. And this year, this episode has happened. So when we are talking about vice president resignation, so maybe there won't be enough stuff to ask 5 marks questions from there. So definitely they can merge this, both the topic vice president election and vice president resignation. I'm going to put this in my first bucket. Now, emergency 50 years and Constitution Murder Day. As you have seen that, last 2 to 3 years, they have been asking questions from history. So emergency once again become very, very important. So this year, 50 years of emergency has got over. And so it can be asked in history. So go, through this topic. This can be a very, very good, topic. So definitely I'm going to put it in my first bucket. And there will be enough number of questions in this topic. So this become a very good topic, emergency. Try going in detail once again. And as I said, PDF is shared on our Telegram channel. And if you go to those PDF, it will be a very good material. Now, removal process of judge, once again, this becomes very, very important. Remember, it can be asked, in your, not only just GK, but you can get a question in legal reasoning also. So you should go ahead with this removal process of judge. Article 21 of the Constitution, rest of rest doctrine, capital punishment, IT Act 2000, yeah. Online Gaming Regulation Act, so you should have information about it, and this can be a very good topic considering your legal reasoning. 138th Constitutional Amendment Bill, not that important, but yes, you should have information. Uniform Civil Code, once again, is important. Manipur President Rule. Now, understand, so this once again, we can have a similar questions, attached with other topics, maybe, emergency. All right. So that can work. Justice Hema Committee, just go through this. Income tax changes, you should have information. Now, national topics, which is a current affairs. Caste census, once again, become important. Definitely, I'm going to put it in my first bucket, because after long time, we are going to have this. Yes, so population counting and caste census. So there's enough stuff and enough material to ask question on this topic. So caste census once again become very important. First digitally literate state Kerala. So just go ahead with that. Try finding out information that what are the criterias, what are the other states, how ranking is decided. But I won't put it in my first bucket. Pahalgam attack, Operation Sindoor, very, very important. Definitely important. I should not miss question from here if they ask. So Pahalgam attack and Operation Sindoor, have a detailed understanding about it. All right. This is a very, very good topic, to be asked, and definitely it should be there in my first bucket. India bid for Commonwealth game, or just go through that topic. Now, new Chief Justice of India, Justice Surya Kant. All right. So just go through that. This is the first, this is after a long time we are going to have two chief justice in one particular year. All right, let us go with the next slide. Sir Creek, once again important, please see that you go through this. This once again I'll give importance to this. Kumbh Mela, most of us we would have forgotten about this, so it is 5 or 6 months back story, but still try going to this topic. As most of the time, if you see CLAT people, they prefer to ask question from last 4 or 5 months. So anyway, you should go through that. India UK FTA also fits international trade. Yes, important topic. North and India and Ladakh issue, you should be aware about it. In that India Nepal border, you should just go through that. Now you should have information about Women's World Cup 2025, definitely, because India has won. So maybe I won't give that much of importance, but who knows, so they can ask. So definitely I should be aware about this. Now IPL 2025, once again there may be combination of this, and especially since if you see Bangalore has won, and not only that, there was if you see issue, so they can ask question in legal part also, so please be careful, just have some information. But IPL 2025 only I'm saying it is a bit of importance I have given, because Bangalore has won, and most of the people who are sitting here, so they will be the people who are making question paper anyway, so you can just go through that. Now new appointment, yes, all this new appointment, you are talking about Chief Justice and other people, so all the new appointment, you should have one list, which will be helpful. And remember one thing, I'm so sorry, but you should understand this. As of now, our assumption goes that they are going to ask question the way they have asked earlier. You don't know, and no one knows. They can ask single line of question. Yes, so we need to be well prepared. We cannot go ahead and say that, oh, they've asked last 3-4 years, so this year also they're going to ask. On probability basis, we can say that they should follow the same pattern what they have done earlier, but no one can be sure. And if someone is telling you that, oh, go ahead with this, they're fooling you. So don't get fooled. Try going through all these topics which we are talking about, and I'm sure that you have enough amount of time to go through this. So that is why new appointment, major awards, and world happiest report. So please try going through these topics. This become important. Now report indices and rankings. So every now and then, if you see, they ask questions from here. So NIRF ranking, Surveksha report 2025, global gender gap index 2025, human development index, and world happiness report, which we discussed earlier. So just have information. Now history, important anniversary, we are talking about 50 years of emergency. We had discussed earlier 50 years of sites. So just go through this. You should have basic information. Now books and prize. So Booker Prize, International Booker Prize, and Nobel Award. You should be aware about all these things. And geography and environment. So these are the 3 topics which you should go through. And I'm pretty sure that you just try going through these topics. And I'm not talking in detail, because if you see, already we have uploaded a PDF on almost all those topic in our Telegram channel. So we will request you to go there, join, and you can download those PDF, and things will be a bit easier for you. And you can always contact us with the CLATutor team if you have any doubts, anything. And thank you, and best of luck.